DJ Enuff.
So what about PD, man? You did that record with him. That was dope. I thought that was really hot for you guys to do that. Was that just something that just came natural, or was it like?
Yeah, like, you know, PD.
His work ethic.
You know what I'm saying? He got the same type of work ethic that we basically have. And I mean, you got, you know, dudes like Siegel. You know what I'm saying? They be in the studio. They work in my man's studio. That's like a few blocks away from where we work. But they not necessarily in there every day on some, you know, 9 to 5 or 9 to 9 or whatever, like, you know, just trying to bang out as many songs and as many different concepts as possible. And like, he just got a different approach. Like the way we jump on each other's records, you know what I'm saying? We work out the business when it's some business to be worked out, you know what I'm saying? But it's just on some real, it's some real hip hop type of shit. You know, I mean, I hate to keep, you know what I mean, going back to that, but that's why we fuck with PD. He's a real hip hop type of dude. And I mean, I did probably 10 songs with PD this year. It's one song on the Roots album.
Wow. Okay.
It's one song on the Roots album. 3 joints I did for the PD album.
That's crazy. Know, when I saw it, I would have never in a million years thought you guys would have paired up.
Yeah,
even from being from the same city.
Two dudes from the same city with the same influences. You know what I mean? But PD been working a lot with the Jam Boys, Money Making Jam Boys, which is like our other little extended squad. Me, Truck North, Porn, Skills from Virginia, Dice Raw. You know what I'm saying? PD, you know what I mean?
I gotta get out more, because sometimes I'll be hearing these names. I'll be like, who's that? Who's this? Who's that?
Well, these are people that, you know, work, like we introducing a lot of these artists besides Skills. Porn, Truck North, Dice Raw, they all, you know, Roots Collective.
Right.
Members of our council. And you know what I mean, we set up this little side endeavor that's a little more lighthearted than, you know, what we put in the Roots brand that we established. And it's a new brand. It's called the Money Making Jam Boys, and it's some old school hip hop shit. You know?
So you guys are like the pres and the vice pres, and you guys can kind of pick and choose who gets the shine.
It's more like Fight Club. It's like Fight Club.
It's like, you know, whoever you gotta win your spot. You know
do a beat, and then like that's. I think the reason why like we maintain such a high order of the quality of the records that we do is simply because like it's so much more than just us being self-contained. Like a lot of artists fall off because they isolate themselves from outside people.
We ain't vain like that. Like if we in a lab and you come through like, yo, I got some shit.
I mean, feelings get hurt.
Yo, we in the studio.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
I want to hear what you bring. You gonna bring something to the table that, you know what I mean, can add on, or that, you know, it might supersede what the shit that we was working on, and we'll flip that if it's that, you know what I mean, if it's worthy of that. If that verse is that dope, or that beat is that dope, or that raw loop, that record that you brought, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't really discriminate on something. Yo, we the Roots, we working on an album, you know what I'm saying?
We treat this shit like
outsiders.
An assembly line, like a car assembly line.
Definitely.
So knowing that information, there's got to be some music out there that probably realistically at first you're like, I'm not messing with this, and then all of a sudden maybe, you know, a month later you know, you're catching yourself, you know, either singing a hook or remembering a verse. Or,
see, I'm a DJ, so I mean, a lot.
It gotta be harder for you.
It's definitely hard because the thing is that the gauge of which I judge a song now is like I'm in a club and I see people react to it.
Right.
So all of a sudden, like, it becomes your shit all of a sudden, you know. I mean, I ain't gonna sit in front like, okay, like when I first heard like, like, oh, I don't mess with that, but. You know, after playing it like 10 times and seeing people go crazy over it, it's like, okay,
it changes your
I'm gonna
mind.
accept it, you know.
How about you? Is there stuff out there that you could be like, you know what, I wasn't really trying to mess with that, but now I like it.
He just upgraded his cable, so you know.
I mean,
you ain't had cable all this time, thought?
I'm playing.
You know, I always listen to, you know, just the whole gamut of, you know, hip hop. You know what I'm saying? A lot of southern shit, a lot of Midwest, West Coast, a lot of, you know, stuff that's new that's popping, but, you know, probably even more vintage stuff. But I always, you know, kept abreast of what was going on up until like, I don't know, 2000. Like the past kind of, you know, 7-8 years in hip hop, I just listen to just all old shit.
I noticed that.
The southern shit that I listen to. I was 3-6.
I was watching
Project Pat. You know what I mean?
I was reading an interview with you
this shit on Project Pat.
Like I did a joint on Project Pat.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's the type of shit that I listen to. 8-Ball and MJG.
Does the older stuff, and not the hip hop stuff, but more of the soul stuff, the classics, the Philly sound, the early stuff like that. Does that kind of rejuvenate?
No doubt.
Like why you even here? Because I know, like, I'm gonna tell you something.
That's exactly what it does.
Me and Mr. C, right? So, you know, we're kind of OG DJs, and sometimes when we just can't take it no more, I'll go to C and I'll be like, yo, C, I I can't
You just do the freeze.
I can't do it. So he says relax and breathe. So he says put on one or two things that just made you
want to do what you do
in the beginning.
Yeah.
So for him, it was watching like
thank God for the iPod.
Like I don't know, Wild Style or Beat Street or some nonsense like that.
I do that.
So then for me, it'd be like
this is what I do every day before the show. Like you know, and it's like it's some old school. This is the type of shit that if you a new cat, you know what I mean, you get on my bus. They probably be like, yeah, this is what he does. He get on my bus and he do the East Coast stomp and make fun of me and be doing it. Yeah, because that's the type of shit that, made me want to fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was competing against. That's what inspired me to do what I want to do. So that's the type of shit I want to hear before I step on stage. I'm not going to do that, but it's going to, just reinstill that hunger, that, you know what I mean? Like it's something that snaps.
And I didn't know that. You were just prepping yourself. For
no doubt.
I see. I learned something every day.
He really think I'm living in the past. I mean, that's what I do every day before the show. And like, we got different buses. So he come on my bus and he like,
see, that's weird. On my bus,
you know what I'm saying?
I need an hour before I just need quiet. Like, cause I just gotta relax myself. Cause
the other night we played Radio City Music on Friday. We arrived and had to go immediately on stage, and I didn't get to chill and burn and listen to no old shit. And I just felt awkward the whole show. I was just just out of it. It messed me up. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like I need to listen to.
So you like Harold Melvin?
What? That's what I listen to every day.
Marvin Gaye, a little bit of.
All that. That's what I listen to. And then I bring it right before I go on. I start listening to like Smooth the Hustler.
Well, I love you. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, like,
see, young CeeLo need to learn that. Learn that. I'm trying to teach these young DJs. They don't get that. I'm trying to teach them. You gotta embrace this right here because it brings. Sometimes like I'll be playing the joints at some parties. They'll be like, "What's that? What is that?" And their neck's broken by the end of the night because all night they've been doing that. But sometimes we gotta continue doing that, and we don't always have the opportunity to do it. But when we do get a chance, I think it's always great.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So, if people want to know stuff about the Roots, what's the best way to go about it?
www.okplayer, OKAYPLAYER. OKplayer.com is pretty much.
That's your home. That's your home.
That's a leader in the authority of all that's left to center in black music. Like, that's our mall.
Right.
And in those stores we run Jill Scott shit, Moses stuff, our stuff, of course, Erykah Badu's, Jay Dilla's, Common's, D'Angelo's, like pretty much left to center hip hop and just hip hop, the spirit of hip hop. It's inside of that mall. OKplayer.com.
OKplayer.com. Shout out to my man Frank. My man Frank's always over there. Always
you like phrenology, Frank.
All right, baby, I'm out of here. That's it.
You like phrenology, man.
The Roots, thank you so much for talking to me, man. Appreciet it, man. Black Big Up, West Lip now. Real